Hey, good morning. Flying Phil, my fancy hairdo. It's wet. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Sunday morning coffee chat. Sun's nice and bright out here. You can see the backgrounds. Let's flip this back around here. And here's a flying field, but I don't know if you can tell. There's water laying out here on the field, and there's puddles all over the place. And so I didn't think it was going to be dried up out here. We've had rain just about every day, and the water table's so high right now, just the slightest bit of water and a little bit of rain, and we got puddles again. Can't even stand at the end of our shelter here where there's so much water there. See, someone's on board. Oh, I haven't seen nobody show up yet here, say anything. But we're out here. I'm done flying. I flew my Expert twice, and I flew my one quad once, and it was fine. And the second time, we have a bad area down to one end. I lose. Good morning, Ron. But yeah, we have a bad area down to one end, and a lot of times you'll lose signal and it'll drop. I dropped it right in a mud puddle, and pretty much think I ruined it. You know, it's water and electronics don't work, and that's just why I haven't been coming out and flying so much. So did get a little flying in. Like I said, it was kind of irritating when you mess up probably a $250 quad. So it's probably pretty much for the trash bin. I'll walk around here. So Ron, did you get to go out and fly yesterday? And how did that go? I see Ralph's got his, let's swing it back around this way a minute. He's got his Expert up in the air. Nice thing about the Expert, you can take it off anywhere, and it'll straight up and down and fly like an airplane. Oh, you went Friday, that's right. I probably got my days mixed up, and you said you did fly good yesterday. Yesterday we was going to come out here and decided not to because Todd was working, and I kind of figured it was going to be wet, and and it was. I mean, it's a mess out here, and the reason I haven't been coming out just for what happened. I figured, well, you drop a quad in the water and it's no longer any good. It's shot, and I always talk about idiots. Well, I was the idiot today. I knew better. I should have just left things in the van. And so anyways, but it's a nice day out here. Like I said, Ralph's been, the Experts are so fun to fly. I had a blast. I was just flying it over the parking lot, and just had a good time with it. So the sun gets in my camera. I can't really see my picture. So don't know what I'm shooting. I might be shooting my foot. So anyways, we're going to probably give a hiatus again from the field for a while because of the wetness on it. And then Ron says maybe you'll be able to replace the receiver. Well, not on this one. This one it has an integrated board and everything right on it. My other ones you could replace parts, but this one you can't. You can buy them and replace them. But I'm not going to put no money into it. Till you put the money into it, I could probably build myself another one on it. The thing it is, I put an upgrade camera and an upgrade transmitter for the camera, and those are all pretty expensive pieces, and I believe it ruined it all. You know, so it was just, but what do you call it, pain in the ass, you know, shit happens. So anyways, as it goes, and then Sue said, hey, the water pump wasn't working in the camper, and I like, so shoot, I didn't have no 12 volts, what's going on with the camper? And gotta look at it. There's a kick off switch, it kills the battery. And that's what all was going on. There's Sue, she's sitting in there on her, we're not going to stay too long. My friend Todd showed up. He's got a new wing that he's going to try out here. But I don't think I'm going to stay out here too long today.
Who's on, Ron?
Ron's on.
Denny?
I don't see Denny, I just see Ron. It's the only one I see.
Hey, Ron.
Ron said I did that with the Expert. Yeah, he got drip sweat or something in his and ruined it. So the Expert flew great, but I'll show you a picture of the Actually, Todd has, she says, hi, Sue. This is the one that Todd has a wing. This is his second. He just bought this one. He gave me the other one. I did some sewing for him. He gave me his other one. I'll have to put it together. They made an upgrade of this one. See, he has a camera. He can fly at FPV, and it's fairly fast. This one's made by Ready Made RC up in Ohio. But I'm sure he's going to probably try it unless he doesn't want to chance the wet weather, wet fields. So I'm going to probably not come out again for a while till it quits raining. The problem with the rain is every day the water table here is so high. When I was up in the air, there's ditches all along out there, and the I saw that Ron said he saw those on Ready Made. Yeah, those, and they fly good. So he gave me his old one. I have to put it together. But I'm not too motivated flying right now with all this wetness. It kind of puts a damper. But I was saying the water table's so high because we've had so much rain. I just talked to Ralph. He said yesterday there was no water on the runway, but then we had big storms move through yesterday, and but we'll get 1 to 2 inches in a storm just like that. As soon as you get a little bit, add right back to it, it's back again full of water. See, Joe Nem's down there, probably not happy with the water laying in the runway. So I see another person came on, say hi. I don't know who it was, but maybe Danny's on. So anyway, we're gonna make a short day of it today. It's I was a little on the irritated side. Oh, there's Tammy. How you doing, Tammy? How's good? Ron said your field drain is good on it. So yeah, this is Florida. This is all swampy land. Let me flip back around here and show you. I'm right into the sun, but this wooded area back here, if you walk out there, you'll probably be up to your knees in water. This is all swamp back in here. And that's the way the field is here. It's all swamped. There's some ditches that does a little bit of draining. Oh, there's John. How you doing, John? Said I just popped in to say hi. It's vacuum and bathroom cleaning morning. Have a good one. I'm glad to see you on there, John. We got the Roadtrek out here this morning, so we're road trekking at the fine field, and I'm complaining about water. Doesn't do any good to complain, but at least you can do it. So anyway, like the water table, I said, is nothing. Yeah, hey, and John, I got to tell you, this morning Sue went in there and said, hey, the water pump's not working in the camper, and I was trying to figure, well, I looked at the back, the solar was having power and stuff. I kicked the generator on and I had power. And I got looking, you're probably familiar with the switch that cuts the main battery power. Somehow that switch got thrown off, and it just had shut the power off to the main coach. Flipped it back on, everything was just fine. So I thought, okay, let's add to this to RC problems. We'll add a Roadtrek problem, but it wasn't a problem, just a switch. So luckily I got that thing. But yeah, good to see you on there, John. I see your posts all the time. Glad to have you stop by. Tammy's on here, Ron's on here. We got our take a whole bunch on. I was going back to the water thing. Is like, you used to hear down in Florida, swampland. And he says, me too, John. I got new brushes to attach to my drill to clean my shower, and it actually decided to clean. That's cool. So there's a water table in Florida. They used to talk about swampland. We'll sell you some swampland in Florida. Well, they build now on this swampland. A lot of little bugs here. These no-see-ums are crazies out here. But they learn how to make retention ponds, and they drain the water off and raise the levels up, and they build housing developments now on all this swampland. From what I understand, this used to be a sod farm out here years ago. They'd grow sod, and that's why we have some nice grass out here. Just on the other side of the trees is the landfill, county landfill. And so that's out there on that side of it. So this land's county land. Like I said, it's very, very, very wet out here on it. And actually last week after we left out here, just up the road here, some crazy person went, are there gators out there? I've never seen a gator out here. I've seen bobcats. I've seen there is bear. I haven't seen one, but there's evidence of bear. There's, gosh, we get those sandhill cranes. They haven't been around for a while. They're pretty tame. Get them come out here quite a bit. Tons of deer on it. But I have never seen a gator out here. Not saying there isn't one, but I haven't seen one yet out here. So anyways, the swamplands, they build on it now. So let me sell you some land in Florida. It's not apical like it is. Oh, Tammy said, we've got bobcats. Hey, little story about a bobcat. I said, I've seen tons of bobcat out here. They're all over the place. A lady up in Georgia had a bobcat, attacked her, and the cat was on her. She literally took her two hands and she choked it. She choked it to death. And that's a little story. I mean, she actually, bobcats ain't that big. I mean, they're bigger than a cat, but they're not that big. Well, Ron said a guy lost the plane out there and haven't found it. There's been some planes out here lost. Actually, there's, if you're familiar with the Mavic drone, about $1,000 drone, right out that way, a guy came out here, had a new Mavic, and I told him, I says, don't fly over those trees there unless you're at least 100 foot in the air. And so he took off, and he come over there, he goes, hey, I gotta go out here, I lost my drone out there. Well, he was less than 100 feet, hit one of those trees, and it is still out there somewhere. This has been probably almost a year ago. $1,000 drone is sitting out there in those trees on it. That's the thing with this hobby. If you lose something, it can be quite expensive. Like I said, my quad got drowned today. That was about probably $250 thing that it drowned it out. So I've lost planes before. It's just irritating when you do. So I'll live. You know? There's Ralph's out there flying his expert. That's probably we got 10 of those in the club right now. Those things are they're easy to fly. I think the guy's plane is in the woods somewhere. Yeah, they get, I don't know if Ron remember up in Smithville, up in Ohio, I used to fly RC planes. That flying field was surrounded by cornfields. And every once in a while you would lose your plane out in the cornfield, and you'd walk and walk and walk and walk and try to find a plane in the cornfield like a needle in a haystack. What I used to do is walk down the aisle of the corn and leave the radio on, move the radio, and you could hear the servos would go zit, zit, zit as you was moving them, and I could hear them. One I didn't find, and later on when the farmer would take the corn off, if he ran across the airplane, he knew we were out there. All Ron said, I never had an opportunity to fly one, but I bet it's a lot of fun. Oh yeah, an RC. I was wrong, that was Tammy. Yeah, they're fun. It's a skill level you learn, you know, on it. Anyways, this plane I lost, the farmer found it, and Ron said they checked the cornfield and didn't find it. Farmer found it, and it was all waterlogged. Mice had built a nest up inside the airplane, and I took it all apart, and it worked. I couldn't believe it. The receiver worked, the servos worked. And like I said, this morning I dropped mine in the water and it's dead, you know. So, but yeah, that was kind of amazing that it still worked after dumping that or after that, laid in that cornfield there for probably 6 months. Picture of the camper. Yeah, the gnats, I guess I'm looking at these, are mainly gnats. They're flying around the camera. There's little gnats out here just driving me absolutely crazy. We get a lot of bugs out here. I'm allergic to bug spray, so I can't use it, even when any chance it'll dry out and work again. Well, I hope so, Tim. That's I'm shooting that maybe it will dry up and work on it. I'm not going to hold my breath, but you never know, so I'll let it dry out good. I shuck it out good and swung it around, try to get all the water I could out of it. And so maybe it will work. You know, we'll find out in a day or so when it dries out good, see what happens on it. Yeah, it's part of the hobby, you know. Everything has its downfalls to it. I've been raising tropical fish. Occasionally one will die, and that's just part of the hobby, you know. Well, thanks, Tammy. I appreciate that. I'll let you know. I'll keep you posted. Well, this is the saga. Will the quad ever work again after I gave it a bath? So tomorrow I think we're going to smoke some ribs on the smoker and do that. We're been getting some estimates on tree work. Have a big old tree in the front yard to get it taken down. And we'll probably, we only had one guy show up to give us the estimate yet. It's supposed to have been one maybe yesterday or today or maybe Monday show up, probably Monday, get another estimate and then decide to, so yeah, I'll keep you posted. Honestly, you'll be down, come on down. Yeah, come on down, we'll make up some ribs and all kinds of stuff. I like to cook. But yeah, you haven't been down for a while, Ron. You should make a trip. Come on down. Bring your camper or whatever. If you don't have a camper, you can just come on down. We got plenty of room. Always open to guests coming around there. A lot to see and do in this area here. I mean, we've got so many things around here that next year sounds good to me. Sounds like a good plan. Because yeah, there is so many things to do around here. Winter time's nice. The best time here, like November. First part of December is really nice, and generally, oh, thanks, Tammy. Yeah, we like the camper. It's really very handy. You can take this thing to the grocery store. It's you can park it in any parking lot. Sue loves it. She's sitting in there. Tammy's on board now, and
hi, Tammy.
John stopped in. I don't think John's here now. He just stopped in to say hi on it. Sue hangs out here when I'm out here flying. And when it's a little warmer, usually it'll just kick on the generator and she'll have air conditioning. Mm-hmm. She don't have the TV on this morning, but
I didn't think we were going to stay too long, so I didn't turn it on. But
so yeah, she's got television out here. She can get probably 30 channels out here. And Tammy says hi, Sue. It's got a kitchen in it.
Got a bathroom.
Kitchen, bathroom, shower. The thing's got everything you need. You can live in it. In fact, a lot of people do live in them.
These two chairs here turn around.
Yeah, they got a couple.
So they become like our lounge area. We've got a bed in the back.
Yeah, let me open up the back. I'll show you through the back door. Yeah, they're really nice. Has hot water heater in it. You can have hot water showers.
It's not made up as a bed right now.
Yeah, right now it's just, I just got it down because I put airplanes and stuff in it right now. A little storage underneath here. I've got 200 watts of solar up on the roof. That's how you plan to retire. Well, that's a good way to retire. You could just travel around and you could live in them, you know.
Lots of people do.
All right, I'm going to get out here. I'm going to see if Todd's coming back here. I'm going to see if I can talk him into flying his wing. Say hi, Todd.
Hi, Todd.
Hi, Todd. There's Todd. So we're going to get out of here. Glad everybody come on board. Everybody have a good Sunday. We'll be on tomorrow morning from the house. I don't know when I'm going to come back out here again. It's got to quit raining. So dang gone wet. So we'll see everybody later. Have a good Sunday. And good to see everybody. Come on. Thanks, Ron. See you, Tammy. See you. I think John's offline, but John was here. So see you guys later.